People, hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel. Hi Positive Vibe family, what's pumping? Yeah, what's pumping? How you guys doing? Yeah, and if you're here for the first time, you're welcome to the family. You're welcome. I'm Favor Napoleon and you're welcome here. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about comparison. I did something related to this few months. I think it's up to a year now. I talked about comparison, but I just talked about comparison in general. So I'm going to be putting up the link up depending on where it pumps up. Then I'll put it on the description box also, so that when you are done with this video, you can click the link in the description box. So today I'm breaking it down. I'm going to be talking about to parents. Then I'm going to talk about spouse, comparing ourselves to others, to our friends, spouse, children, and all that. So everyone is important, everyone is special, everyone is unique. There's no need comparing ourselves with others or comparing our children with others. I'll personalize it. For example, just like me, for instance, I'm going to personalize it to myself. It got to a point I had to train myself to be conscious of it, because I was almost comparing my kids, my children. I'm already used to it because I was trained that way, to always say thank you. I say thank you all the time because that was the way I was brought up. When we finish eating at home, my kids, I taught them to always say thank you when they are done eating. But I just realized that the younger one, she's still very tender, but she's so used to it that when she finished eating, she just say thank you. There's a way we say thank you in our dialect. That's the way they were taught. So she just say thank you. But my older daughter, I have to keep telling her, say thank you after eating. After she finish eating, she forgets. I have to remind her. Then it got to a point I started telling her, can't you learn from your younger sister? Can't you see how she's saying thank you? I kept telling her, learn from your younger sister. Do it like your younger sister. Like your younger sister. So it got to a point I was like, no, this is not the right thing to do, because it's not always good to compare children. I now had to be conscious of it. I had to repent of that. Then I had to understand that these two people are different. The way this one understand things, the other might not understand like that. And the way they can pick things, a particular thing, the other might not pick that. She might be good at something else. She might want to know. She might be very good at something else different from this. So I had to be conscious of what I was saying. I will be conscious of what I'm sharing with you now. That's what we do to our children most of the time. When one is doing well in school, we start telling them, can't you see your younger brother, she's doing well in school, and you are coming home with bad results and all that. So it's not always good to compare people, compare children, compare them to each other, because while you are comparing them to each other, you're causing enmity among your children. You're causing that's where jealousy comes from among siblings. That's why this one will like, oh, you are mommy's favorite, oh, you are daddy's favorite. Just like my siblings sometimes will say, mommy loves this more. The day mommy beats the one we say loves more, tomorrow we say no, mommy loves this more. We find it difficult to even know who mommy or daddy loves more, so because that's the right way to train kids. By the time you start comparing them with each other, you start making them feel jealous of themselves. You start making them feel, oh, daddy has his or her own favorites. And comparing children, not taking time to study them. Someone who is not actually good at a particular thing might be doing so well in the other. These are things that we look at. You watch out for the lapses, and you try as much as possible to help your kids. People, you see spouses in marriage, people are already 15 years in marriage, they are still referring to their ex. They are still referring to, oh, I remember when I was dating Michael. It ought not to be like that, comparing your spouse to another person. That will just end up breaking that sweet and good relationship you have while you are comparing people. I personally, like what I always tell myself, if I didn't get married to MP, in case you don't know who MP is, my husband, and I married somebody else, I might have a different quality added to what I already have. You know, just like, let me give an instance now. The people we get married to have a long way in influencing us. You know, they have a long way in influencing the kind of person we become. Yeah. So just like, for instance, and you see some women who were very nice while they weren't married, or maybe probably their first year of marriage, they've always been nice people, but because of what their spouse did to them, they just brought out somebody else in them. You see ladies who slap their husband. I know it's common in men, but there are some women who beat their husband. They beat their husband because they are married to that particular person, you know, because of the kind of person they are married to. If they are married somebody else, maybe they won't be able to just raise up their hand to slap the man, look up to talk to the man. But because of the kind of person they are married to, they end up slapping their husband, you know. That, why am I saying this? The people we get married to go a long way in influencing her life, in making us being the kind of person that we have become to an extent. If, for example, you have a man, you're married to a man who has a big tummy, instead of telling him all the time, my husband, your tummy, this your tummy, it's a whole community. He's married to you. So what do you not do in helping the community stomach to become to become flat? You know, you can decide to register him in a gym. You can decide to plan in a way where you will exercise with him every day just to help his stomach come down, go flat. You know, instead of comparing them, you know, comparing them to Mrs. Jane. You say Mrs. Jane has 6 children and she's still slim. Instead of saying that to your wife, you help in shaping them to what you want them to be. It's just like some women, there's some men now will say, oh, they want their wife to be like a slim mama. What have you done in helping? Maybe she's not a fashion kind of person. Maybe she doesn't even like makeup, and you want your wife to always wear makeup. You can decide to pay a makeup artist to teach her, instead of comparing her to somebody else. Instead of comparing your spouse, your friends, you know, using their weakness against them, you know, you just try and help. There are people who are not good in a particular thing and they are very good in other things. There's nobody that you see and say, oh, this person is just zero, he or she is not good in anything. It's not possible. There must be something good about that person. So there are people who have weaknesses. I, for example, I have things I'm good at. I'm very good in structurizing things. I'm very good in bringing a change to things, even things that looks as though they are dead. But if I meet people who have weakness in such things, who are not good in structures, I cannot just start telling them you are not good in this. No, I look at the place, oh, how can I help? Do you understand? You know, there are people who are good in things. You might have a wife who is not even good, maybe probably doesn't even know how to make hair, he doesn't have to know how to do some things. Instead of you to start comparing the person to who is good at it, what can you look at things, what can I do to help, to enhance? And there are people who have qualities they don't even know they have. You know, comparison, that when you keep comparing people, that's where people loses their self-esteem. That's where people lose their self-worth most of the times, and they go into they try to find solution to their problem by going into drinking, by even going into prostitution. Some might even commit suicide, because when you keep comparing people, you keep reducing their worth and their value. So this help away destroying children. That's why I said, when you know your kids have weakness in things, look for ways you can help them. Look for ways you can enhance and boost that part of their life. Same with spouse. You know, you might have, there are so many things that, it might even be in sex. You know, there are ladies that, there are marriages that sex has destroyed. The spouse keep comparing them to people who they have dated before, and end up destroying the marriage. There are ways you can, if you, the lady, you know how to do it better, you can teach your spouse. You know, in things, there are little things, there are things that shouldn't have gotten to the extent of comparing each other. it end up destroying the marriage. So you just look for ways you can help, you look for ways you can assist, you look for ways that you know that if this thing is of a value, your friend has it, or your girlfriend has it, or your sister has it, or your brother has it. It will have a way in imparting their life, it will have a way in helping them. You help them. You help them instead of comparing them. You just look for ways to help them, to assist them, so that they can be that person, so that they can be a better version of themselves. Hope you enjoy this episode. I've come to the end of this episode. I talk comparison. Don't compare anyone. Hope you had a nice time. Hope you had a sweet time. And let me know what you think about this episode in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And promise me you're going to stay happy. See you in the next episode. We'll see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.